Hey, Tom, thank you for coming today.
Well, you're welcome.
We're going to have you talk a little bit about CLTel.
Great.
Why don't you give everyone a brief history of the company?
Right. Well, the telephone was invented in 1876, and Clear Lake had telephones 2 years after that. And as a matter of fact, the first long distance phone call in Iowa was made from Clear Lake to Mason City just 1 year after that in 1879. Since that time, there's been a lot of evolution and a lot of growth, but it really was started by 24 business leaders in Clear Lake that found out about it and said, this is something we need to have. It was kind of that pioneering spirit that kind of brought people to Clear Lake that said, we're not going to wait around for somebody to bring us this new technology, we're just going to do it. So it was incorporated in 1895, and from then on, the history of the company has always been kind of pioneering things. So we were like one of the first companies to put in a switch away from the switchboards called a dial switch. Then the next technology was a digital switch, and we've had several of those. So we were like one of the first to have that. We started from just copper strung, you see the old pictures, then we buried it, then we put in fiber. We've had fiber since 1993, and that kind of just opened up the new technologies for us so we could offer so many more things. So internet, believe it or not, we were the first company in North Iowa to have internet before Mason City, and a lot of the independents were just like us. They really didn't wait around. They just wanted to provide the best service for their customers because that was what they're all about. So they put in these new technologies like we did, like internet. And then we got involved in video, and we, in partnership with a couple other independents, created the first wireless or cellular company in North Iowa. So that brings us to today, where we are a leader in providing broadband to Clear Lake, Ventura, and also Mason City. We've recently received different awards for Smart Rural Community. We've been listed a gig community. We've had gigabit internet for 5 years in Clear Lake. So it's been a really fun time, but boy, technology has changed over those 100+ years.
Yes, sounds like a lot of change in your company.
Yeah.
What kind of trends have you seen?
Well, the trends really are a couple trends. Technology is the biggest trend. We went from copper to fiber. Once fiber hit, that really opened up a world of new technologies for people. With a high-speed internet, the trend is more towards video. Believe it or not, now 80% of all the traffic that goes over the internet is video, and it's two-way video. It's not just downloading stuff from websites or streaming it. People upload all sorts of videos all the time, and so I think that's a big trend. One of the other big trends is artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things. You think artificial intelligence, kind of creepy, scary at times, but it's Siri, it's Alexa. I mean, those are the things that are going to really drive technology in the future. And to make it work, you have to have a solid broadband connection. And we believe fiber is really the only way to provide that in the long term, to handle the capacity that people are going to need. We think right now 100 megabits is really what everybody needs if they really want to use the technology we have today. 10 years is going to be a gig. We have that ability right now, but it's just because of the high-speed internet, it's going to drive more and more technology. The Internet of Things, connecting your refrigerator, your lights. We're already doing some of these things today, but it's hard to imagine in the future what things will be developed. But we have a platform that can handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of those trends probably lend themselves to new products and services. Are there any that you're excited about?
I would say right now we have security. It's really our high-speed internet. It's the solid internet. I mean, we're making so many improvements in that so that we can anticipate problems. We're working with our technology providers that can provide self-healing thing so that we don't have to go out and do things, so that it can heal on its own. It can detect a problem, and that's just in its infancy, but those are some of the things that we're working on. But like premium Wi-Fi to help people manage the wireless internet connection they have in their homes. That's a big one that we're rolling out that we think will be a big help. And we're going to start offering other assistance for other devices in homes because people need that assistance to really utilize the internet that's available to them.
Sure. So, what other changes do you see happening, just bigger picture in your industry?
I think the couple things. I mentioned the video. It's big, and it's putting huge demands on the network. The growth of the utilization of the internet is it's exponential, and so that's a big trend that's going to drive all of us to spend more money in our fiber network, but the electronics that hooks up to it to really give the internet speed that's going on. Artificial intelligence is going to really drive products, and the Internet of Things, and they're all really cool, and they're helpful. They are. But there's a security issue. So that's one of the other things that we're spending a lot of our time on, and how we can make sure our network is safe for people, and also being able to roll out technologies to help you be safe at home when you're using your technology. So we're spending a lot of time right now investigating the best way to keep the bad guys out of your network. I mean, we do a good job, but these people are creative, and so we always are working on that. And so we've got an active cybersecurity team that's, we use experts from all over the United States, and even locally there are some really top-notch folks that we're using to develop safe ways to use your internet.
Sure. So, back to Clear Lake, you've been in the community many years. How has the Clear Lake community impacted your business?
I guess it's the pioneering experience that we've had as a community. We've always, you look at our history, just people coming here around the turn of the century to vacation and to do different things. It's kind of that experience, and that the way Clear Lake is, that we've been able to roll out new products, and they've been accepted by folks, and they want that stuff. So we're able to provide, solid service. But I think people, accept that from us, and we're proud to be able to give the folks here the kind of technology that you could get in New York City, but still be in Clear Lake.
Right. Right.
But it's kind of driven us to, be on the leading edge, I think.
Well, one last question for you. How do you think communication platforms have changed what your company and what you're doing?
Well, the platform is fiber, and once we hit the fiber, it's kind of an unlimited way that we can provide different products. I just can't even imagine down the road what things will be, but we know it's going to be internet-based, it's going to be fiber-based, and it's kind of exciting what's going to happen down the road in the future.